Hey everybody, welcome to another Paint the Edge Up, where I teach you to make a cool painting in about an hour and get a little drunk doing it. My name is Joel, and today we'll be painting this right here. This right here. Okay, that's a nice little reindeer, okay? With some colorful things added to it. So, that's what we're painting today, just to get in the old holiday spirit. So, playing along with that, I'm going to teach you step by step how to make this. As I do with all my classes, I'm going to give away a free giveaway painting. All you're going to do is correctly answer my subjective trivia question first in the comments, and you will get a free painting of your choice. Also, I'm going to tell you what you're going to need for this painting, but first, if you haven't already, like, share, follow, subscribe, search Paint the Edge Off, all the stuff. And yeah, what you're going to need for this painting is a 16 by 20 canvas, an easel, okay? I've also got paper plates, paper towels. I've got a blow dryer, which helps me blow through my painting. I've got a water cup, okay? Some kind of cup for water you're going to need to mix water with your paint. And I've got whiskey. Whiskey's good. I've also got some tools here. So I've got a pencil, all right? Got a little kneaded eraser in case I need to erase something. I've got a Sharpie in case I want to Sharpie something in so I can paint over it and still see it later. I've also got chalk. I've got blue and yellow chalk. And I've got 4 brushes here. I've got my big flat brush, I've got my medium flat brush, I've got my medium round brush, and I've got my little round brush. Go ahead and take those, put them brushed down your water cup, leave them there when you're not using them. I've got white paint, I've got black paint, I've got raw sienna, I've got burnt umber, I've got phthalo blue, light yellow, I've got a bright red. And yeah, that should do it. I think that's everything. Okay, that being said, let's paint the edge off. Fire up the old shot counter here. Boom. Boom. Okay. Okay. All right, first thing we need to draw in our reindeer. Okay, then we can start painting. So let's take our pencil. All right, and I'm going to start with the old reindeer head here. Now, the reindeer head, I'm just going to find about halfway up my canvas. Come over here, make a little line, okay? That's about halfway up my canvas right there. The top of the head is basically right at the halfway point, or even a little lower maybe. But so I'm going to start with that. I'm going to find the edge here of my nose. That's going to be about a full hand's width for me. But if you want to get a better count, I'd do about a 1/4 of the way over from the canvas. So 16 divided by 4 is 4, so 4 inches is about where that's going to be. Okay, now let's see, let's take that and let's go about the same distance in over here, maybe a little bit further in. Make a little line right there. That's going to be the back of the head, okay, or kind of where that ear meets the back shoulder thing there. So we kind of got the the basics of our head laid out here. Now what we want to do is basically right here on the top. This is going to be the very middle of the head. It's a little set to the right, okay? If you think about this as kind of your head, this line is a little to the right. It's not in the middle. It's kind of the right side here, okay? But I'm going to go over, make this kind of just a long, straight line about 3-4 fingers. I don't know, 3-4 inches wide there, something like that. Okay, and then it's going to kind of drop down just a little bit, and then a very long drop down there. All right. Okay, now, let's see. Let's go ahead and draw this ear in. Okay, now this ear is kind of going up at a little 45-degree angle here. And kind of comes to a point, drops down. Let's see. I don't know. An ear's kind of like a leaf shape or a oval with a little point on the end. Okay, but it kind of flattens out up here. But this kind of sets like the width of your head. It's about most of the width of that head. Your head's kind of going at a little angle here. Kind of got a little rounded line there. All right. Oh, you can kind of see my little pre-drawing. Okay. Yeah. So right under the ear, it kind of runs into where that line is that we drew. Okay. I'm just gonna make another little big line here, kind of showing where that big shoulder is. Okay. And then another line that kind of comes off of that one. Okay. Now we kind of got the back. I should probably hold it like this so we can see it. Okay. Okay, let's do the nose. Now the nose is pretty good size, okay? It's about 3 fingers wide. It's a good chunk here. All right, that's about the width of this. Pretty good size here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and draw a line over right here that kind of crosses this line right here. Philip, what are you guys doing? Okay, animals are in here. Come here, Rant. Sorry, my animals. Okay. Okay, so I got a line going over here. This line's gonna go over, then it's gonna kind of round over, gonna angle over. It's gonna go drop down, okay? And there's a little bump right here. Okay, and then it's gonna kind of come in. This is where the mouth is. All right, so you can kind of draw that mouth over a little bit if that helps you. Okay, on the bottom there's just a little bump, little curve that kind of comes over like that. All right, that kind of goes in. Okay, now up here at the top, this nose kind of goes back, does a little drop down, kind of does the same. Well, it's kind of thing. I guess it's not the same thing, but it kind of drops down, bumps out. There we go. All right, take that back, and that's kind of where I'm. And there's kind of our nose. Okay. From the very bottom there, I'm going to draw a line that goes like that. Just angle this in. It's going to go just pretty much another. Just think of this as like a big cone here. All right, but draw that down. Now we should be able to bring this line down and kind of bring that together. And we kind of have the shape of that head. Okay, we kind of got that general shape there. Okay, now there's a big eye spot. Now I'm not going to put this in too detailed right now. I'm just going to put kind of a vague little spot here. Okay, it should just be like a finger between the ear and the eye, and it should be pretty close to the top of the head, about a finger down from the top. And let's see, and the antlers. You know, I'm not even going to worry about the antlers because I have to redraw them in later. Now, if you want, you could take your time and draw them in now. Take your Sharpie, draw those in so they don't go away, you know, and you can paint right over it, and you can still kind of see where you drew. I'm just going to draw them in later. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, that's just me. Okay, with that being said, we are done drawing. We've drawn in our little reindeer head. Oh, we should do one more thing. When this comes down, actually it should come down maybe a little bit more like that. And then right here at the front, draw a little line that kind of comes down there. Boom. Something like that. Okay, let's take a shot. Okay. Okay. Shot 2. All right, let's start painting. Let's take our plate. Let's take some white. Let's take some blue. Hey, let's take our big brush out of our water cup, tap it off. We feel fancy. Take your brush, stir it around in that white paint, and then we're going to mix that with some blue. Oh, you leaving, cat and dog? Cats are weird. Just got a cat for anybody, you know, if you haven't watched the last couple episodes. I've got a cat recently, and it's been interesting. Okay, got a nice light blue mixed up here. A little bit more white, just in case we need to mix up some more. All right, let's go ahead and mix up a little bit more, because we're going to need a lot. We're going to cover most of this canvas with blue. All right, let's take that light blue and let's just start covering this background. There we go. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. So, pretty simple. Just cover the canvas. All right, let's see. Today's trivia question is, which of Santa's reindeer served 4 years in prison for manslaughter? Is it A, Dasher, B, Dancer, C, Prancer, D, Vixen, E, Comet, F, Cupid, G, Donner, H, Blitzen, I, Rudolph, or is it J, Olive? All right, ponder that and paint this in. Yep, I'm gonna need more paint. I thought I mixed up a whole bunch. It's still not enough. Oh yeah, probably need more water. Keep mixing that water in. Really helps your paint flow, kind of extends the paint too. Get a little bit more out of it with some water. Alright, so get some more blue color mixed up there. Oh, craps. Whoopsie doodles. Yeah, that's okay. We'll be okay.
Great big hit. Great big hit.
Okay, so let's see. We get that painted in. What's new? Did all my Christmas shopping. Took my presents up to my parents because I'm not gonna be there on Christmas. Let's see. I got some pretty cool presents for everybody. I don't know. How much new? Okay, now I'm kind of going into my lines there. That's okay. Just get it all covered, okay? We can paint over this stuff later. Okay, we just want to make sure it's all covered. Make sure if you got any big giant brush strokes you can see, something you don't like in the background, brush them away real soft. Get rid of some of those brush strokes and edges and lines. Okay, let's see. I'm going to paint the sides, blow dry this, and then we'll add some little snowflakes. And then we'll paint our reindeer.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Okay, let's blow dry and take a shot, and then we'll paint the next step. I'm going to mainly blow dry around the little reindeer head here. Get that mostly dry so that, which it's already drying pretty quick actually. Okay. Oh man. Cats are crazy. Yeah, we got a cat recently. We got a cat. Kind of ended up with a cat. Didn't really go get this cat on purpose, but we now have a cat. And I love Philip. He's a good cat, but dogs are just better pets. Like it's okay if you like cats more than dogs, and just say, like, you know, hey, Velociraptor's my favorite dinosaur. Cats are my sure. I totally, yeah. Cats are cool. They're interesting little animals. But as far as being a human being's pet, dogs take the cake. I mean, cats are they're pretty cool, but like, I mean, how do you can't compete with an animal that's literally like a pack animal that likes helping and doing what you tell it to do. Like, it's perfect for being a pet. I've had people argue with me about cats and dogs, and I'm like, look, I like cats. Not that I don't like cats. It's just clearly dogs are a better pet to have. Cats are just they'll end up like it's all cool until they just end up scratching you or attacking you, and then that's it. Kind of like if your dog did that, you'd get rid of the dog. Like, anyway, okay. Let's take a new plate and let's start painting in our reindeer. So we're gonna need some white. We're gonna need some raw sienna. We're gonna take some burnt umber. And I think that's it, yeah. Okay, let's take our big brush here. Let's really wash it out because Oh wait, before we do that, we got to paint the snowflakes. Now, I don't know, you know, I think I might do something a little different on this one with the snowflakes. Maybe I will take my brush, get a little bit of white, with a bunch of water. Well, you could splatter. I was kind of thinking about flicking it, making some splatters. Let's see what happens. Oh, we'll do some of that. Oh, that didn't work as well. Alright, a bunch of water, a little bit of white in there. Get some really watery white paint. Oh yeah, that's way better. Yeah, look at that. Oh, what's up? Snow much?
Keep it running through my lane. I've been running for a while. Keep 100 on my name.
Okay, got some white paint going on. I did go through last time and I took took my brush and just dipped it in white and just kept boink 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 boinking it. But you know, I'm gonna try to splatter. It's gonna go a little faster. And I don't really like the look of the other way, so I think this actually looks cooler too. Yeah, this is gonna be way better. Way better. Okay, now it does kind of fuck up your brush though. Okay, alright, enough of that. Okay, let's paint our cow now. Back here, we're gonna start this kind of spot here. It's very, very light, so lots of white. Mix up a whole, get this white all, get that water in your brush all mixed in here. And then let's take a little baby bit of that burnt umber, which is gonna immediately change the color there pretty drastically. Okay, and then we take, a tiny little bitty drop of that raw sienna. Okay, we got those two colors on there and lots of white. So we get a very, very light color. You can barely even see the color there. Okay, let's put that right here. Let's go ahead and just start going. Fill that section in. We'll take that kind of all the way down. Now, let's take a little bit more brown, mix that in. A little bit darker color here. And we'll paint this back part in that. So if I kind of start with making that little spot like that, bring that down. There we go. And what I'm going to do is down here at the very bottom, I'm going to kind of brush up, kind of blend in down here. Oh yeah, there we go. She was drinking wine. Bring some of that over. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty awesome. You know, let's go ahead. Well, I guess, I got some of this light color on my brush. Let's go ahead and take that. And let's put a little bit of that, let's paint in this near nose. Okay, let's start by just kind of painting it white. And I kind of make a little bump right there for kind of that top lip. And I kind of bring it down, make another little bump for the bottom lip there. And I kind of bring it back. Now, really, I should probably wait to this, just because, well, we're going to kind of paint over this, because this is going to be kind of the thing the most on top. But I'm just kind of getting the first base layer in there, okay? Also to kind of cover up some of the blue that's getting in there. So that'll be one base layer. Let's take a shot. Let's see. Yeah, Philip's all good, but then here's the thing. Philip gets in cabinets and up on stuff and just starts messing with stuff. It's another thing. Then they poop inside and they're just, I don't know, to get them potty trained, and then dealing with sifting their poop out sucks. I don't like that. Not a fan. Cats are cool, but cats are cool. I don't know. It is fun to cuddle with them, right up on you, and they're all up in your face, and they're cuddling with you. He's a cool cat, too. Philip's a cool cat, okay? Alright, I'm going to take my big brush again here. I'll kind of wash it out a little bit. Get some of that white washed out. Okay. Get some of that white washed out. Let's go back and get some of that brown. Let's get a little, we want a little bit of white in there. You know, we're going to lighten it up, so we're going to use a little bit of white here. It's pretty dark. You got to add a lot of white. It's a very strong color, this burnt umber. Okay, let's take this, well, it's a little darker, I guess. Okay, let's just take this here, how it is. A little bit of white mixed in. Let's paint this head in. Okay. There we go. I'm going to try to stay out of the nose, but if I get over it a little bit, it's okay. Okay, got the ear. Let's paint this whole face in. All right, we'll get this blocked in, and then we'll go add a little bit of color into that while it's still wet. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, I went and got some good Christmas presents. You know, wasn't that crazy. It was a little crazy. Went to the mall. Haven't been to it forever. It's just kind of like this weird relic at this point. Like, what even is a mall? Who goes to the mall? I want to make this kind of come over a little more like this. Kind of down like that. Whatever. I don't know. It's fine. Okay, let's take a little bit of our... Let's take some more white. I'm just going to get some white on the end of my brush. I like to kind of mix it on the end. Now, if I press down my brush real hard, I'm going to get this brown that's down here. But if I kind of just get some on the end, I can use my brush that way. Okay, so I'm going to take my brush. I'm going to start putting some... I'm going to kind of start on this edge and kind of pull in, okay? Make that a little lighter on the end. All right, I've gone over my nose a little bit. That's okay. Okay, let's get a little bit more. So I'm going to keep getting a little bit more white. And I'm going to put, let's see, a little bit here, and then a little bit definitely down at the bottom. Okay, now after I do that, I can take my brush and kind of dry it off. Ooh, ooh. Get some of a lot of that paint dried off. And then I can go back and just kind of brush it in. Kind of mix it a little bit. Got a little bit lighter section there. Want to get probably a little bit more white down here. Alright, and there we go. Okay, and then if I want to take something, make a darker spot, I can just get a little bit of brown on my brush. Okay, and I can put a little bit of that in here. Oh, wow. Oh, maybe a little bit kind of going in between those two. And I kind of like sit there and, you know, blend those, dab those into each other, get a little bit more mixing going on. Dry it off. Okay, you know, we've got a little bit of color going on there. We're going to come back to this. Okay, but, let's see. For right now, let's take a shot. Oh, the season outside is delightful. But delightful. Okay, let's see. All right, what do I need to do next? I need to... I should probably take some actual dark. I'm going to go to my... Let's go to our small flat brush now, folks, and let's get some, just some brown by itself and really add some dark spots in. Now, take your brush, remember to stir that water in, mix it in real nice. There you go, just like that. Okay, now, let's take the dark color. Let's put a little bit, hey, let's put some down here. This is kind of a dark spot, a little shadow under the chin. And it's down, I'm getting to the point where it's all so wet, it's like hard to even mix. It's just instantly going away. So I think I'm just going to have to give up here and come back later, okay? That's what we're going to do. We're going to come back later. Okay, let's draw some antlers in, okay? So let's take our chalk. I'm going to take my yellow chalk. I'm going to draw my antlers in, okay? So I'm going to start with this big one here. I kind of like to start with this one because I give myself a little bit of room from the right side. and it kind of comes in, and then kind of goes down, and then a little bit out here from the ear, a little above the ear. Somewhere in here, I'm going to bring it down like so. It's going to get, it's kind of like the center of that top part of the head, okay? All right, now, let's see. Now from there, I'm going to add another little, give myself a good amount of space and have another little, there's another little antler, okay? Let's add another one here, and then a short one kind of comes off like that, okay? I'm just doing a little wireframe antler, as I'm going to call it today, wireframe antler. Let's have another one comes out the front. Let's give a little bit of space over to the left from this one. And let's bring this one over, and maybe it goes up. Now I want it to be, not quite as far over as the nose. All right, now if you make a mistake with your chalk, it comes off the water or spit, okay, and it will come off, okay, but sometimes you use a bunch, you really don't grind it in there. I'm kind of pressing darker so you guys can see it on the TV, but if you're doing this at home, don't press it in super dark. The darker you press it in, the harder it is to get off. Okay, so I would not press it in super hard. Okay, enough of that. Let's put in another antler here and a little baby one. This one's kind of on the far side. That's a small one. And then there's another one that kind of comes off the front here. I just Googled a picture of a reindeer, and I kind of just copied it. Or pretty close to just that photograph. Took a couple things out, but... Okay, then there's this antler. It kind of comes out the middle, right? Don't ask me to explain this, it's just how the picture looks. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so there's that. Let's paint those in, okay? And let's take a shot. Okay, let's take a shot. Cheers. Okay, this is probably a good spot for your round brush. Take that round brush, tap it off, and let's go with those antlers. Now, I'm going to take the same plate. I'm going to add some black paint. Mix black with your brown. Now, just a little bit of black. Doesn't need a lot. I just want to darken the brown up a little bit. But you do want to mix up enough to kind of paint all these antlers in. So I'm going to make myself a little pool of that right here. Pool it up. Alright, now let's take that and let's just start painting these suckers in. Now, I'm going to start by just kind of tracing these. Alright, you have to keep mixing, I'll have to keep mixing water in here with my paint as I go. Because this black paint does, I feel like it absorbs more water. Some of these colors absorb a little bit more water. Black's one of them. I think a raw sienna kind of does as well. I'm not sure about that. It just kind of feels like that sometimes. Okay, let's make them a little thicker. Okay. Okay. That's about as thick as you want it. And if it gets a little thicker or thinner in some area, I wouldn't sit there and panic and try to make the whole thing that thickness. Just keep going, because it's okay if there's, you know, antlers kind of have weird thicknesses and thinnesses. Thicknesses and thinnesses. So I just keep going. Okay, one antler. Now these little ones out here, coming off of it. This is a lot like painting tree limbs, in my opinion. But they get a little, they're kind of a little, reindeer antlers have those little like rounded stubs at the end. And that is because they've evolved to using their antlers like fingers and ringing doorbells and things. So it's not as pointy as a deer. Speaking of untrue facts, trivia question today is which of Santa's reindeer served 4 years in a prison for manslaughter? Is it A, Dasher, B, Dancer, C, Prancer, D, Vixen, E, Comet, F, Cupid, G, Donner, H, Blitzen, I, Rudolph, or J, Olive? Okay, that's your trivia question today. Yeah, actually all these reindeer have pretty sordid pasts. You know, Comet had a pretty bad drug issue with Percocet for a while. You know, they all went through their trials and tribulations. The worst, obviously, Prancer. Prancer got that name ironically from killing a French dancer. So, you know, they've all got their issues. But they've all got a long rap sheet, but which one served 4 years in a federal penitentiary for manslaughter? Okay? Was it Rudolph? The red-nosed reindeer? Okay, I'm making these a little thicker, and then as I go up here, I'm going to drag up, because I kind of get a better rounded edge when I go up. And kind of stop, kind of press down and lift off there. I get that rounded edge. Okay, then I'm going to have just my other one. I'm going to retrace that one. There's that little doodad. Now I'm going to go back and kind of round that off if I'm real careful with my brush. You know, I can do another little doodad like that. Oh, whoops, not like that. Something like that. And there's this other one that's in front that's kind of confusing, but there's another one that kind of goes up here. Just going to put that like that. Okay. Now, before we're done, let's take another shot, and we'll take some white and some black and make a, we'll make a little bit of highlights on there so we can see that a little bit better. Okay? Okay. Let's see here. Okay, let's take a little bit of white. Get a little bit of light, a little white mixing so I got a light color. And let's put maybe a little bit of some highlights on here. Let's put maybe right along this edge on that one. Okay, maybe along the top or there on this one. Alright, maybe it goes down the front now on there. Oh, excuse me. Okay, let's have one that goes kind of here. Right there. Let's see. Let's put maybe a little one on this one. Oh shit. Okay. Well, no, that's not a big shit. Really. Okay. Now, let's see. Let's do this. Now, let's put this one in. So this one's going to be kind of in front. Let's go ahead and just paint that. Now we kind of see a little bit of a line there. We can kind of see that one's kind of in front. Now we can go from there. We can kind of have this line go there, stop, and then continue there. And you can kind of start to see that there's one in front, okay? We'll go back with dark colors later and we'll kind of help define that. But that's probably good on... that's probably good on that. Oh man, a bunch of that yellow stuff. Okay, what are we going to do now? Probably need to play with the nose, I guess. Let's go back to my small flat brush. Probably take another shot, I guess. Should probably paint the nose a little bit more. And then we need to put the eyeball. Well, I could put the eyeball in last, actually. But then we need to put some more, maybe a little bit more browns in there. I don't friggin' know. Okay, let's take a shot. Cheers.
That's the end. What do you mean that's the end? That's not. It's the beginning of something interesting.
Ah. Okay. This plate's getting a little busy. It's getting a little... I'm going to have to switch to a new plate here soon. Let's take our small flat brush here. And... oh, I didn't count my shot, did I? Okay, let's take our small flat plate, mix that white paint in here with the brown. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put maybe a little bit of shading on here. Okay, maybe we'll put a little bit of... oh, wait. You know what I should do is do another whole layer. Okay, let's get a lot of white. Just paint this all in white again, because, again, the main reason I did that... Oh, that's not white enough at all. The main reason I did that first layer is just to kind of have a base layer to cover up some of the blue paint and other colors that have gotten in there. So let's just do another one here. Paint that all in first, and then we'll mix some colors in. I was shopping, and I saw a lot of things that said decor, and I thought about that word decor, and I've realized that it really just means crap. If you just replace the word decor with crap, like, it's the home crap section. This is the, you know, whatever decor. So this is the garden decor. It's garden crap. Home crap, garden crap. Let's take a little bit more brown. And let's add some darker colors in here. Okay, let's put a little bit of that in here. I'm taking just a tiny bit at first. Okay, it's going to show up strong at first, but then I kind of wipe my brush off on the end so it's a little drier. And I'll go back and I'll just kind of blend that in. So it's a little darker, but it kind of blends away. It's not just a hard edge. Okay, we just want some darker spots. Maybe kind of over here, kind of showing this dark spot is kind of going. It's kind of got the same shadows kind of hitting that front of the nose. But then let's give it a little bit more form here. Let's put a little line going like so. And then again, wipe my brush off, and I can kind of brush that in. Okay, now, kind of going across that mouth line, but let's go ahead and brush that in. Get some of that shadowy stuff mixing in. And I'm just brushing real softly, okay? Real softly, just kind of spreading it around. Go down to my light color. Take my light color back into my dark color. Okay, and then we get kind of a little bit of a darkness there. And then when we put that black line in for the mouth, it will look a lot better, okay? So, let's see, we got that. And one more thing I might do is I might take a little bit of this, and I might make a little line here for kind of where that nose is going to be, or that nostril. This will be kind of above where the nostril will be, so if I'm imagining the nostril here, I'm making that line just slightly above it, okay? And I could maybe put a little bit of darkness there. Ooh, that was too much. Let's take our brush, wipe it off, and kind of really blend that away. Just barely, the tiniest amount was too much. Okay, got that. Let's take, got that. Let's take, I do want to put some dark brown in. My paint was too wet earlier to mix it in very well, so I'll get some more in a minute. Okay, let's see. Home crap, garden crap. Lacey's trying to get me to got her brother in the Santa draw thing where it's like White Elephant, you know, you draw somebody, you get them a present. She was trying to get me to get socks for him. And I'm like, men don't buy men's socks. That's kind of a bullshit gift. It's okay when women do it for men because the woman in your life or whatever, because it's like, okay, yeah, it's fine. You don't get me. That's fine. Just give me some socks. I need socks. But guy to guy, like, who gets another guy's socks? This right here is the coldest reindeer of all. Dancer. Okay? He's the most hardest of hardcore pain deer. Alex, are you guessing D for the trivia question? Trivia question is, which of Santa's reindeer spent 4 years in prison for manslaughter? Okay, so pick one out. Give it a guess. Okay, I'm gonna wash my brush out a little bit and get some of this black and brown on my brush again, so I get my dark brown color here. Okay, and I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna paint a little bit more of the darker edges in here, kind of get some of that. And I'm just gonna kind of lightly brush this in. All right, maybe along this ear right here, I might put a little bit of dark black there. I'm gonna kind of put some of my, I'm just gonna kind of lightly shade this in. Okay, maybe like right in here. I'll put some light dots. Ooh, that's actually still a little wet. It's actually working. Now, if yours is dry, that's okay. Just make these short little choppy lines, and it'll come off kind of like fur. Okay, Alex says Vixen. D. Vixen for sure. Alex, why do you say for sure, huh? You know Vixen? You know what he's capable of? Yeah, actually, when it comes to the reindeer, they're all pretty effed up. They're kind of a witness relocation thing for Santa. He got the rejects, okay? It's kind of like X-Men, like when they find out they could fly, they're kind of like, some were cool with it, some were just like straight up dirtbags with it, you know? If you found out you could fly, what would you do? You know, probably rob a bank or something, you know? Which was exactly Blitzen's problem. Bank robber. They called him Blitzen the Reindeer because he blitz banks. Alright, what am I doing? Okay, I need to add some white. So I got some of that dark color in here. Let's wash our brush out real good. Okay. Yeah, Vixen's got a rap sheet a mile long. Or Vixen, yeah. Blitzen's got a rap sheet a mile long too, and his is mostly armed robbery. Rudolph was fine. He was just a little bitch the whole time. Alex says assault with clattery. Arose such a clatter. Ah. Okay, shot counter, where you go? Okay, let's see. I think we're ready for the colors now. Okay, now I like to add a bunch of wild colors. And then after that, I go back and add some more whites and blacks. Actually, no, I need to add the white first, I guess. Okay, let's do the white, and then we'll get our fun colors in. Do the boring stuff first. I like to take a paper towel and squeeze my brush between that. And see if there's not only a lot of dark color in there, so it's pretty clean. Want to make sure your brush is nice and clean when you get white paint, because the white paint will show any color that's in your brush. And yeah, Comet was kind of a dickhead. Like, we all know the stories. But you know what? Santa gave him a second chance. Excuse me. Okay, let's put a little white spot here. Okay, now let's see. There's a little bit of white. Let's check a little white going down here. Now I'm just going to kind of do this little choppy motion. Okay, that kind of makes it look like fur. Jingle embezzlement. Comet is on parole. Paw Patrol? Parole. Comet is on parole. Oh, that's funny. Oh, Alex, you're funny. Alex, that was fun. Yeah, he's on parole. So I won't give it away, but one of the reindeer did get charged with manslaughter after drunkenly driving into a toll booth and killing a man named Paul. Okay, let's put a little white on the top of the nose here. It's going to be kind of a light area where you see some light hitting it there. Maybe a little bit right there. Strange thing here. Put a little bit of white going right here. Let's put a little white on the back. Let's put a little white. Let's put a little white going on the front of the head there. There we go. Maybe a little bit of white going in here, huh? Yeah, what about it? What you can do? Okay. All right, now let's put the colors in. Yeah, so Dancer is clearly the worst. Just an abusive, arrogant sociopath. Dancer was a womanizer. Okay? Dancer abused women, took advantage of them. It was sick. On a rocket ship, can't see me soar when you see me soar. Strangest thing is, the strangest thing here. Thinking they close. It ain't as it appears. Okay. Alright, fun colors. Let's go. Let's get to the fun part now, finally. Okay, let's take some yellow. Let's take some red. I think I'm gonna start with red. Now you could use your round brush or your flat brush for this. I'm gonna take my flat brush because I like flat brush better. And let's get some red paint. Now, red's kind of one of those colors I can kind of put about anywhere, but I kind of put it in the medium spots. Okay, the medium spots of value. The darker areas I'll put blue. The lighter areas I kind of put yellow. Then in those medium spots I'm not really sure what to do with. Let's put some red there, huh? Now, no, this isn't blood on Dancer's face from any of the horrible things he did, because Dancer was the worst reindeer. No, this is just a nice saturated, adding some of these saturated colors. This kind of that style that probably has a name that I forgot. Made famous by a painter I forgot. Henry Matisse. Let's say that he did that kind of. Let's just say he started it with what was it, futurism? What was his thing? What was it called? I put a little right on the. There we go. Let's put a little bit back here. So now our reindeer looks real crazy, like a real true Santa reindeer. All right. Anyone wants to win a painting? Today's trivia question one more time. Which of Santa's reindeer served 4 years in prison? Okay. Now, Dasher, Dasher was a lady, and Dasher was a thief also, somewhat like Blitzen, okay? But, you know, had a little smarter about it, you know? She never got popped. That was the thing with, Dasher. Did I say Dasher? Donner? Which ones which ones are the girl ones? Are they all boys? Are they all girls? Those are questions people often have. Not me, because I know everything about them. One of them is non-binary, okay? Take a guess. It's Rudolph. Okay. So I'm adding some reds, kind of just, I'm gonna be honest, not really in any particular order. I'm just kind of putting them in where I feel like. Kind of spreading them out throughout there, you know? So I do some of that. So you can kind of see some reds in there, right? Now let's wash our brush out. Okay, let's take our brush, get some yellow paint. Yeah, I was gonna say, who was it? Gotta look at the list again. Donner worked with one of the elves in human trafficking. Was sent off to the North Pole. And that's where Santa found him. North Pole reindeer prison. I was I'm putting some yellow kind of in some of the highlight areas, like right in here. I might put some. Maybe I can put some in the ear if I want. Up here on the antlers, let's see, where's the lightest spots? Let's put where I kind of put some of those light brown areas, that's where I want to put some of these yellows, you know? That's a good area for them. Alright, yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? Can't tell me what to do. Cupid was arrested for a possession of a controlled substance with the intent to distribute a key of holly. It's fine that he got arrested. It was the intent that really, you know, fucked him with the law. It was one key of holly. Look, yeah, maybe he was distributing it, but also maybe he just likes holly. Okay. So I'm kind of adding this yellow in here on my light areas here. Alright, we'll put some of that in there. Alright. Well, you know, let's put some more. Okay. Okay, let's go do blue. We got red, yellow, let's do blue. Third of our primary colors. Let's do the last one here. Let's get some blue. You should really wash that yellow out, though. You don't want to make green right here. Ruin everything. Yeah, I would say Dasher was one of the more evil ones, okay? He was on the plane with Epstein and Ghislaine, okay? Let's just put it that way. Let's see. Blue. I'm just gonna take just blue. This dark blue. Yeah, thanks, Mikey. Alright, let's take some of our dark blue here. Okay, now let's put this in more of our darker areas, okay? Like maybe right here on the nose. Huh? Huh? Yeah, a little bit right there. Maybe a little bit underneath the mouth. Okay, let's put a little, this is a little bit lighter blue. There's a little bit of white mixed in, so let's put that here. Maybe let's put a little bit, you know, here. Maybe some of these random weird spots. Maybe put a little bit here. A little bit right there. Mikey, did you guess the answer to the trivia question? Mikey, today's trivia question is, which of Santa's reindeer served 4 years in prison for involuntary manslaughter? Oh, I had the involuntary and I shouldn't. That was kind of a dead giveaway. Which one of these reindeer? Yeah. He was elf taught. Oh, man. Hey, let's take a shot. I clearly haven't taken enough shots. Ha! Okay. There we go. 11 shots. Okay, let's take this down. Let's finish this sucker up. We only got a few things. I'm going to take just the phthalo blue by itself with nothing mixed in with it. Get a nice dark blue by itself. This will be our darkest blue here. Let's put a little bit here. Let's go into our dark areas like this. Let's go into our dark areas. Okay, kind of like Dasher's past. Let's take those dark blues and put those in those dark areas. I'll put a little bit down here. Maybe a little bit over here. Why not, huh? Let's put some down on the dark spots on the antlers. There we go. Oh yeah, there we go.
What you see is what you know.
What you know is that you don't know everything. Okay. Alright, we got some colors in there. It looks nice. Okay, so here's kind of what you do after that. So you kind of got your light colors in there. You've added all your bright colors. The last thing you do is go back and do your whites and your blacks. Alright, do your whites and your blacks, okay? Okay, let's go here. Now, you want to really clean your brush out, because again, when you go back to white paint, whatever's in your brush will show up very clearly. So wash that out. Really good. Okay. Let's get some white paint on our brush. We'll start with that white paint. Now, what we want to do here is really add in all the last bright spots. Okay, we're also going to use this to kind of paint in that white. Now, that reindeer, the one that I looked up on the internet anyway, that had a picture, had a little white spot right here. And this is kind of where the eyeball is. Now, again, it's probably smart to draw this back in with chalk. Okay, but basically, like one finger length between here. It's going to be, the eye is going to be just kind of right in here. And it's kind of got a little, it's kind of like a little paisley shape. It's kind of got a little, it's kind of got a teardrop. You know, teardrop similar to Dasher's teardrop underneath his eye from killing a person in prison. Okay, and then let's paint that in white. Okay. So we got that in. Now, from there, let's go ahead and add in some white where we want the white being. Let's put some white here. Any last spots to put white? Maybe we could even shore up some of the lighter spots in the ear now, the second layer. Okay, we can add some white down in here into this. Now this is, even though this is a mostly like very, very light brown, a little bit of, even though it's practically white, it's not fully white. So if we add some little white highlights down here, it actually goes a long way to kind of show those brightnesses. Those brightnesses. That's not, that sounded so stupid. That sounded so stupid. Come on, Joel! Get it together, Joel.
No one asked you.
Let's take some white and let's put maybe some, maybe the point of the ear. Maybe just a little bit of highlights right there. There's a little white highlight, you know, going down some of these light spots on some of these antlers, huh? What do you think about that, huh? What do you think about that, Dad? Huh? What do you think about that? Maybe some of this. Maybe some of that. Oh, F yeah. Okay, alright, let's do black. Wash your brush out really good. And we'll get black paint. Probably take one more shot, I think. Let's take another shot. Leave my brush in the water for a minute. Let it think about what it's done. Huh. This section's too boring. We'll come back to that section because it's pissing me off. Okay, let's take our brush, wash it out really good. Let's get black paint. I still got some black paint over here. If you want to start a new plate, but I'm going to take this right here. And you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to draw my eyeball. Now what I want to do is I want to start with a nice frowny face, a little curved frowny face. Oh, frowny face. Okay, and then I'm just going to make a big old fat circle right here. So it's also kind of that paisley shape. It's not even solid. Bark! Okay. It's too watery. I didn't take the time to mix my water in correctly. And it's too watery, and now it's too light. It's too see-through. Son of a bitch. Okay, we'll leave it like that. We'll come back to that. Okay, now we'll take the black. Now watch how the black really makes everything pop. Okay, and Groban likes his paintings to pop. Alright, now I scrape my brush off. I kind of lay it down flat. Pull it through, flip it over, pull it through. That kind of flattens my brush out. That water's so important. I need to take the time to stir it in. I don't want to. Okay. Okay, well now he's got a weird, goofy lip because I'm an idiot and I didn't paint it right. Okay, let's put the nostril in. Okay, now let's see. Let's put a little black here. Maybe a little black there. Let's put a little black there. Yeah, uh-huh. Black there, there, uh-huh. Isaac has not sued me yet for using, for the copyright of using the Two's music live in my streams all the time. And he probably won't because he's a dumb idiot and he would never think of it, you know? The thing with Isaac is he's stupid. Isaac Duncan and his The Two's band, they're idiots. Idiots. They let me use their music all the time. They don't even know. They don't even know that I'm using it. Someone contact the Two's and tell them I'm using their music and I'm calling them an idiot. Let's see what happens. What's going to happen is Donner's going to come after you and fuck you up. Let's see. Black paint. Now this is where I can really kind of define these antlers. Put them on those dark sides, okay? But just keep in mind where those other antlers are crossing, which antler's in front, which antler's behind. Then they'll start to get really see where all these antlers are. See that? Let's see. One of the last things we need to do here. You don't really need to wash your brush after this, honestly. Just take your brush. A little tricky, Lou. Turn your brush around to the plastic side and dip it in some white paint. What you want to do is you want to press it straight into your canvas. Don't lean in any way, straight in. I'm going to put a couple of highlights on the eye. Okay, so let's go. One. There's one. Let's put another one right here. Boom. Oh, look. That's an eye. You know, this eye looks kind of insane, but you know, it's a little too perfect. Oh, now it's just cute. Or is it? And that's how they all got away with their crimes. Everyone said, oh, how cute. And the next thing they know, they're tied up in a van somewhere. I almost got that. Did you see that? Okay, so today's correct answer was... Hold on. Let's see here. Correct answer was... So the answer to the question, first of all, was which of Santa's reindeer served 4 years in prison for manslaughter? The correct answer was D. Vixen. Congratulations, Alex. You won today's trivia question. Basically, you've got Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen. But do you recall the reindeer that involuntarily killed a man named Paul? And it's Vixen. So, congratulations, Alex, for knowing your Christmas trivia. You did great. Whoa, we love you, Alex. Oh my God. Wow, they really like you, Alex. Wow. Congratulations, Alex. You win a painting. And last thing you want to do for this painting is probably take a shot. And then what you want to do is sign your name and paint the bottom edge. Blah, blah, blah. That's done. Durka, durka. But Alex, you're really impressed with me. You really know your stuff, Alex. Congratulations, Alex. Vixen is the one that did go to prison for 4 years for manslaughter. Congratulations, Alex. You win a free painting. Now, don't go spend it all in one place, Alex. Take that painting and you just enjoy it, okay? You don't have to go sell it for $1 billion at MoMA like you could do if you wanted because it's that good, but it's not a big deal. Sign your initials down there at the bottom and paint your bottom edge, okay? Well, this brush is too dirty. You minored in deerology? Oh, wow. You're going to turn my painting into an NFT? One sad Christmas, you went bowling in Connecticut? Talk about that bowling in Connecticut thing. Okay, let's take some white and some blue, mix that together, and paint our bottom edge.
Yeah, we ain't checking on what's up. Watching all the gossip, and I think I seen enough.
You're on trial right now for sex crimes? Wow, Alex.
Steady talking, yet it's nothing
Wow.
we can trust.
And you have a family and everything.
I don't really give a fuck. Tunnel vision, no negative, it's on my mind. Hang it up.
What, Alex? Whoa.
Tunnel vision,
What else, Alex?
it's on my mind. Clocking out, no negative, it's on my time. Setting my intentions simply with a mention. Stuck to my convictions, never seen a prison.
Well, there you go, folks. There you have it. There's a painting of a reindeer. Kind of. And the eye is kind of insane. But, you know, hey, he's a wide-eyed, psychotic reindeer. As all of Santa's reindeers are. They're all psychotic killers. So remember that, and sleep tight, and Merry Christmas, everybody.
This minds are meant to improve, right? Opinions don't matter to me. I'd rather just battle the beat. I noticed the